Get going with our NeSA review. And so first of all, computation with fractions. What I need you to do is I need you to go ahead and enter in your answer to number 1. Okay, go ahead and enter in your answer to number 1. What is the value of the expression? How do we do that? Okay, now remember there are no calculators. Okay, so this isn't a matter of typing it on your calculator. You need to do this from scratch. What is the value of the expression? Okay, so go ahead and type that in.
Oh, I changed my mind.
All right, so we had A and D split evenly, so let's go ahead and see what we ended up getting. Okay, so 3/4 divided by 2/3. When you do this, remember we do 3/4 divided by 2/3. Remember, to divide fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal, and so I get 3/4 times 3/2. Okay, so remember, you need to multiply by the reciprocal, so your answer should actually be 9/8, letter D. Okay, with that in mind, let's go to number 2. 2/7 divided by 9/4. 2/7 divided by 9/4. Two sevenths divided by 9/4. All right, and the answer here is 8/63. Good job. Okay, reason why is because you've got 2/7. Instead of dividing it by 9/4, you're going to take it times 4/9. Okay, so 8/63 should be your answer. Let's go ahead and shoot for number 3. Number 3, what did we get?
Okay. I don't have one. There's no thingy. Why not? See, that's kind of what that is Chris.
Okay,
Hold on.
so let's go see what your answer is. And the answer is letter B. Nice job. Okay, now that's the biggest thing. I know some of you reduced it down and you actually got 2/7 and you're like, wait, where's the answer? Okay, sometimes you're going to have to watch that and just see, is it reduced down or not? Let's go ahead and look at the next one. What is the value of the expression 2 plus 1/2 over 4? Okay, 2 plus 1/2 all divided by 4. All right. Oh, look, A, C, and D. A is actually the correct answer, and this is how we get it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take 2 1/2 divided by 4. Okay? Now, process of elimination, you could get rid of letter B right away. Okay, the other thing is 2 1/2, you know, is 5/2. So divided by 4 means times 1 over 4. So your answer should be 5/8. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and look at the next one. Okay, let's go ahead and look at that next one and see what we get. Okay, so we should be right there with number 5. Okay, so number 5. What answer did we get? 3 plus 1/5, all divided by 4. 3 plus 1/5, all divided by 4.
Oh, jeez.
see what we got. Majority of you got B, some of you got A. Let's go ahead and see. So 3 1/5 divided by 4 is 16/5 times 1/4. Answer is 16/20, or if it reduces down to 4/5, letter B. Nice job. Let's shoot for number 6. So in this case, 4 divided by 4 1/2. 4 divided by 4 1/2. Oops, sorry, didn't send it. There you go. 4 divided by 4 1/2. So you should get 4.
Don't look, because you're making me nervous now. You're making me really nervous. You're making me nervous. Walk away, walk away, walk away, walk away. Yes, I was a kid. You're making me nervous. I was just.
Just trying to help you, Erica.
Walk away, walk away, walk away, walk away.
How do you survive?
And the answer is letter B. Nice job. Okay, biggest thing, you just need to make sure to convert that. Let's shoot for number 7. Okay, number 7.
Does this really come from the Nebraska Department of Education?
Yes, it did.
That's 8.
What I did is I combined a bunch of them. These are the ones that we are getting tested on. Every one of these numbers that you see right here is the one that's on our testing sheet.
You get fractions right. Show.
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer is letter C. Okay, good job. All right, let's move on to the next page. Okay, let's move on to the next page and see what we have. Okay, so simplify. All right, simplify. Let's see what we get. -1 to the 10th power.
We on A? Or B1?
Yes, the very first one, -1 to the 10th power.
Why? Did you know?
Okay, we had multiple answers, B, C, and D. Okay.
I changed my answer.
Okay. Here's where you go. An even power, what does that do to the negative sign? It takes it away. So now I need to think about that. So if it takes away the sign by the even power, my answer is actually just 1.
Yeah.
C. Okay, so let's shoot.
I changed my answer.
Let's shoot for the second one, -1 to the 9th power. -1 to the 9th power. That is -1, nice job. Okay, because remember, if it's a negative to an odd power, it makes your answer negative. 0 to the 4th power.
Yeah.
What is 0 to the 4th power? Let's see what we got. So, a bunch of you had B, some of you had C.
I put in the wrong answer.
0 to the 4th power, believe it or not, is 0.
Yay!
Okay. What is 0 to the 3rd power?
You would think it would be the same.
Every answer's just 0. I'd be okay with that.
That'd be alright.
The answer is letter B. Nice job. Okay. What's the next one? 0 to the 1st. What did we get? 0. Nice job. 1 to the 0 power. One to the 0 power. Ooh, got a lot of different answers. Let's see if the majority is right. 1 to the first power is in fact 1. Letter C. Okay, let's go ahead and keep looking. 1/2 to the negative second power. 1/2 to the negative second power. What'd you get?
Negative.
1/2 to the negative second power.
I don't know.
And the answer is letter D. Now, let's think about what the negative power does. Okay, what that negative power does, remember, is that negative power flip-flops it. So if I want to make that negative power positive, I actually flip this to 2 over 1 squared. Okay, remember the negative power causes it to flip, so 2 over 1 squared is going to give me the number 4. Let's go ahead and shoot for that next one. Okay, 1/2 to the negative third power. 1/2 to the negative third power. And the answer is letter D. Nice job, because remember, in order to make that 3 positive, we're going to flip it. So it's actually going to be 2 over 1, quantity cubed. So 2 cubed we know is D, because it's 2 times 2 times 2, which is letter D. Okay. Next one, what is 1/2 to the third? 1/2 to the third. One half to the third. And the answer is letter A. Nice job. Now, where that comes from is, remember, it comes from 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. Okay? Alrighty, let's look at the next page. What do we have on the next page? Okay, more. 1/2 to the fourth power. What is 1/2 to the fourth?
Dang it. Number 2.
1/2 to the fourth. Is letter A, 1/16. Nice job, because that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? Let's shoot for negative 1/2 to the third. Negative 1/2 to the third.
Hey, do not single me
And
out.
the answer is, let's see what C is. It is negative 1/8. Nice job, because it's negative 1/2 times negative 1/2 times negative 1/2. What is 2/3 cubed? 2/3 cubed. Shh.
I'm calling you. Oh, damn it.
And so the answer here should be 8 over 27. Because remember, 2/3 cubed means 2 times 2 times 2 over 3 times 3 times 3. Let's shoot for the bottom one. Let's see how we do on the bottom one. Okay.
Go. Dang it, I put the wrong one.
And the answer is, let's see what we did. C. Now the biggest thing here, what you need to remember, is that this is -2/5 times -2/5. So you have -2 times -2, which is +4, over 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay? All right, next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to go ahead and talk about approximation of real numbers, and we'll probably move through these fairly quick. Okay, so if you look at the first question, it says Sue found that the length of one side of a rectangle to be 5 meters. Which is closest to the length of the side of the rectangle? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4?
How do you? Okay, I'm good.
How many pages of notes do we need to have notes and extra?
Okay, so letter B. Now, for those of you that answered letter B, why did you choose letter B?
Because it just floats is different.
Yep, the square root of 5 is closest to 2. It's actually closest to square root of 4. So we're looking right now to see what squares are we closest to. So let's go ahead and look at 2. Jose found that the length of one side of a rectangle to be 8 meters, which is closest to the length of the side of the rectangle. So now I need to think, what number is closest to 8? What number is closest to 8? And that should be 3 meters. Nice job. Okay, the reason why it's 3 is because you have the square root of 9. So basically, you're going to find the closest square it is. Okay, what about number 3? Billy. Root 10. Root 10. What is root 10 closest to? So, A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D, and the answer is letter B, and nice job. Okay, next one. Let's talk about Vu. Vu found the length to be closest to root 14. So what number is closest to root 14? So now you need to think, is there a square that's close to 14? Is there a perfect square? Oh, I think that one.
Number 6 has the answer.
So, all right, let's see what we got.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right, so the answer is letter C. This is what you need to do. For those of you that are struggling with this, what's the first perfect square? 1, right? What's the next one? 4. Next one. 9, 16, 25, 36. That's what we're doing. We're finding what number's closest to. So let's look at the next one with Andrea. Andrea found it closest to root 18 meters. What's my answer going to be? This is number 5. Yep, number 5. What is that closest to root 18? Is it close to A, B, C, or D? Okay?
Sorry, I'm working. Which one are we on?
5. And the answer is A. Nice job. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and move to, since I see that I already have the answer for number 6. Okay? Number 6, let's go ahead and move to number 7. Lisa, root 26. What is root 26 closest to? Root 26, number 7. Okay? And the answer is C, 5. Yep. All All right, root 35, what's that closest to? Number 8. What is root 35 closest to? Root 35 is closest to which one? D, nice job. Let's look at the next one. What's root 39 closest to? Root 39, what is that one closest to?
Oh, wait, I changed my answer.
It's okay. And the answer is C because it's closest to 6. Okay. Root 46, what do we have there? What is root 46 closest to? D, 7. Nice job. Okay, so it seems like we've got those down pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and skip then down to the next page. So we should be on applied geometric properties to solve problems. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the very first one. It says B and C are complementary angles. Measure of angle B is 62. What expression helps you find the measure of angle C? So complementary, you need to think, what are complementary angles? Let's go ahead and take a guess. A, B, C, or D. Enter it in, and then we'll talk about it. Okay?
Oh.
Okay, A, C, and D. Let's see. Believe it or not, guys, the answer is C.
Oh, come on.
Complementary angles are two angles that add to 90 degrees. Supplementary angles add to 180. So complementary add to 90, supplementary add to 180. So if you remember, do you remember how we would remember this? C and S come in the alphabet. C comes before S. And so when I think about that, 90 is smaller than 180. So 90 comes first numerically as well. So complementary is 90, supplementary is 180. So let's look at the next one. B and C are complementary angles. The measure of angle B is X. What expression represents the measure of angle C? All right, so we have letter D. Nice job. Okay, because once again, if we're given an angle, we're just going to take 90 minus that angle in order to find the new angle. Let's look at the next one, supplementary angles. Okay, B and C are supplementary angles. Measure of angle B is 62. What expression represents the measure of angle C, our measure of angle C? And the answer is letter A. Nice job. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one. And that's letter B. Nice job again. Okay, so let's go and look at our next round. Solving problems involving proportions. So solve for n. Okay, so n, on that very first one, we got to remember how we solve proportions.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And there's actually two ways to do this problem. Okay, two ways to do this problem. Okay, so we have the majority of you have B. Let's see who was right. Okay, how we solve this is we cross multiply. Okay, so I start with this one right here, and if I cross multiply along that, I get 24n equals, cross multiply along that, 15 times 8 is actually 120. Now what you're going to do is divide both sides by 24, and you should get B to equal 5. That's one way. The other way is I can sit there and I can look at it and say, oh, I've got n over 8 equals 15 over 24. Let's look at the relationship between the two. 24 divided by what is 8? 3. So I could divide this by 3 and then divide this by 3 and get my answer to be 5. So there are 2 ways that that works. Let's go ahead and look at the second one. Okay, the second one. N over 3 equals 14 over 21. N over 3 equals 14 over 21. N over 3 equals 14 over 21. So let's see what you got. And the answer is 2. Nice job. Okay, let's look at the next one. N over 10 equals 80 over 100. N over 10 equals 80 over 100. What's your answer going to be on that one? And the answer is letter C. Once again, there are 2 ways. You can either cross multiply, or what you can do is you can go ahead and reduce the fraction down. Let's look at that very last one and see how you do. N over 4 equals 12 over 32. Now this is one that actually you could eliminate a lot of answers because they just don't make sense. So if you get stuck when you take your test, try and eliminate, because right away you could eliminate D, and you could eliminate C, and you could eliminate B. So that leaves your answer to be A. Okay, so once again, look at eliminating to see if you can get rid of some of those. And let's go ahead and look at the next page, and this is probably where we're going to end today. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this next one. It says the converse of the Pythagorean theorem. So we need to determine, is this a right triangle, yes or no? So A, B, C, or D? Okay, and the answer is letter A. It is a right triangle. Remember, 3, 4, 5 is the most famous one. It's the most widely used one as well. Let's look at the next one. Is that a right triangle, yes or no? No, good job. Nice job. Okay, so now we've got some sign problems right here. So let's go ahead and start with the next one. It says triangle ABC is a right triangle. Find the sign of A. Now once again, if you forget, remember you've got the sine, cosine, and tangent on your sheet. Okay. So what is the sign of A? What is the sign of A?
I have no idea how to do this.
Wow, just gotta believe. And make the best
Just take a guess. All right, and the answer is letter B. Because remember, what is sine? Sine is opposite over what? Hypotenuse. Let's look at sine of B. Okay, sine of B. Sine of angle B.
What is the A in the?
Sine of B.
Sine of B. Sine of B, let's see what you got. And the answer is C. Because remember, what is sine again? Opposite over hypotenuse, so you have to change. Let's try cosine of B. Cosine of B.
That'll be your adjacent.
Who's-
So here's your angle. Here's your hypotenuse. Here's your opposite. Here's your adjacent. So it's adjacent over hypotenuse.
Okay, so cosine of B.
Yeah.
Let's see what we did.
Yeah.
And the answer is 3/5. Nice job. Cosine of A. What's the cosine of A? Cosine of A. Cosine of A is letter C. Good job. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Okay, you need to continue working on that packet at least. We will continue with this tomorrow. You will be working with Mrs. Hollinger on this tomorrow as well, and I'm going to be adding stuff as we go. Okay, so.
So we don't have